add value to your produce. So as you innovate, the extra income you generate will not only benefit you, but your country. Rita Hilton. Rita Hilton is the owner and CEO of Carita Jamaica Limited. She is Kenyan-born, but has made Jamaica her home for over 50 years. In the process, she has nurtured relationships with countless Jamaican farmers. She is a farmer, distributor, and exporter, and is also the December-featured Nutrimix 2018 Calendar Empowered Woman.
We are a company that specializes in the export of fresh produce, and we've been in business for over 30 years. Now, our former name was Marketing Developments Limited. However, about 4 years ago, we changed the name to Carita. So we wanted to give the name to Caribbean Rita, and that way to expand the range of produce from Jamaica. We also started in that time to look at products adding value to Jamaican foods, and so increasing the earning potential instead of being a shipper of just raw materials. 90% of our export earnings comes from the export of yellow yam, but there are other types of tubers, sweet potatoes, cocoa, renta, sweet yam, negro yam, that we also add to the mix. Pumpkins are another very valuable product too, and hot peppers, thyme. So it's a wide range of Jamaican produce, catering initially to the diaspora market, but some of these products have crossed the ethnic lines. Now, the process flow is that we get an order from our buyer abroad, and then we contact our good suppliers, people who observe good practices in terms of quality and the standards that we want to maintain. We give them the orders, and then the produce comes to our packing house. It is unloaded with very great care and packed into crates. These crates come into the warehouse, and they're directed to the washing sinks. So in the first place, the workers will come in, sanitize their hands, make sure they're wearing the correct gear in terms of gloves, the hair nets are on, there's no jewelry, so that there's no problem in contamination of the foods. Food safety is extremely important. So first, the yams will go to the washing sinks, and they'll be washed in water. We add a little bleach to the water so that the product, if it splashes onto the skin, doesn't itch. Then the washed yams are placed in crates, and you can see the process going on behind me. From there, they go to the dipping station. Now here the yams are cut, examined for any bruises, and those that are bruised will be rejected. So they're put in a dip, which is an approved dip by the USDA for produce from Jamaica entering into the US. After that, they are put on the drying tables, and I think you have seen that process. And there the fans are directed on them to breeze the excess moisture out. After the yams are suitably dried, they will go to the packing station, where they are dusted with some sawdust or with wood shavings, packed into boxes, and it depends on the market that it's going to. If it's Canada, it goes into 30-pound boxes. If it's the US and the UK, it goes into 40-pound boxes. They're packed in there very carefully to minimize any damage, and then the boxes are covered, put on pallets, and directed to the area where they will exit the warehouse. Now, yams and raw materials coming in for good manufacturing practices cannot exit the way they came in. So it's a very organized flow that takes place to maximize your food safety conditions. What we have done is to add another dimension. We looked at products that grow in Jamaica, like sorrel, turmeric, soursop, moringa, and we have taken only Jamaican products, dried them, and made them into tea, so that the benefit is more immediate, and also it adds value. We're not shipping a raw material out for someone else to add value to that product and get the extra benefit of the earnings. I'm going to give you a concrete example. We looked at turmeric, which grows wild in Jamaica. It is not farmed. So it is not fertilized, it is not sprayed. This crop grows in Hanover, parts of St. Mary, Westmoreland. These are the naturally occurring areas for turmeric. I'm not sure how the product got there, but it is not farmed. Turmeric has very great value, medicinal values, health benefits. And a lot of the turmeric used to be dried and go into the manufacture of curry powder. And I know you've heard the name Better Pack. Better Pack is a curry powder of choice. But what has happened is that companies abroad have now discovered the medicinal and health benefits of turmeric. So a lot of our turmeric is now going out in the fresh stage. So actually one of our most popular teas, most sought out teas is turmeric. And the turmeric, in order to activate the health benefits, you have to add a tiny pinch of cayenne pepper or black pepper. And that activates the ingredients that cardiac benefits, joint health, and it's a powerful antioxidant. It really is a wonderful, wonderful tea. So making it more available in a tea bag, and we do all the processes here in Jamaica, and all our teas, we have 8 variants, are only made with Jamaican raw materials. So they won't be cheap, because some of these ingredients, if you bring them from abroad, are much cheaper than what's available. But you know they're natural, they're authentically Jamaican. I feel that the agricultural sector will lift this country out of poverty. There are so many opportunities in agriculture, not only growing, but also semi-processing. For example, so much of our fruit goes to waste. And there's such a big demand for Jamaican fruits, tropical fruits. So soursop, instead of just eating it fresh, you can get the pulp, freeze the pulp. You can take mangoes. So much of the mango crop goes to waste. It could go into the school feeding program locally, but more importantly, you can have dried fruits with no sugar added. The dried fruits, if we can process them without adding preservatives, without adding sugar, think what a powerful product we would have. And so many rural people, you can plant some trees, fruit trees, and there is a ready market for this kind of natural stuff that grows so well in our climate. You know, Jamaican foods have a special flavor. It's a unique flavor, and we must capitalize on that. We are very anxious to make contracts with farmers for all our tubers, for hot peppers. Look at peppers. You not only have sauce, but you can dry the peppers, you can flake them. I want us to see if we can bottle, like liquid smoke. Can we have a liquid Scotch bonnet flavor? Wouldn't that be wonderful? That you could enhance the flavor of your foods. So we not only cook uniquely, we have unique dishes, we have different ways of preparing them, which can fuse into international cooking. And so the demand is huge, just huge. And I wish that we would have some more support systems to help young farmers and to help young entrepreneurs to get more products on the market. Because people internationally want to eat healthy and want different types of foods. They're getting more and more adventurous with their cooking. We have helped so many people who have come to us and say, how do you export? And it became such a trek that we had to stop at one point and say, you have to go to Jampro and get that physical process. But you never give up. We've had many challenges. This road is not easy. You have to do your research. If you're going into exports yourself, you have to know that you're going to get paid or you don't have a business. And there are too many unscrupulous buyers around. So you have to be careful of going and looking at the whole product line, your marketing, and see that you have a good market. Start small and do your trial shipments. There's Exim Bank, There's Development Bank of Jamaica that has support, JN, JMMB, that work with women, that work with young entrepreneurs. And so there are far more support systems than when I started business. So it's there. But I wish that we would have more support, like from the ministry, with agronomy, with water management, with those kinds of inputs that can help us to minimize the red tape when you're exporting. But it has got much simpler than it was before. So there are opportunities, but do your research.
Our farmers deserve praise, not condemnation, and their efficiency should be the cause of gratitude, not something for which they are penalized. President John F. Kennedy. Remember, the future belongs to the few of us still willing to get our hands dirty. A very special thank you to all the fathers of Jamaica who keep us fed and healthy. Today, the AgriViews team salutes you. Happy Father's Day. Thank you for watching AgriViews this week. Join us again next Sunday for another episode.